Many of you may have heard of the 5'3" legend of Muggsy Bogues, who played in the NBA. Bogues played for 4 teams during his 14th season in the NBA, and he is the shortest player to ever play in the NBA. And in today's video, I'd like to discuss how impressive it was that Muggsy Bogues was able to play in the NBA, and I also like to discuss if I ever think there's going to be another player like him again. Now, for me and most people, I think they would find it impressive that someone was able to play basketball in high school at being 5'3", let alone playing in the NBA. Especially since even in high school, we can find players that can be 7 feet tall or even bigger than that. Now, during high school, Bogues was teammates of future NBA players David Wingate, Reggie Williams, and Reggie Lewis. During Muggsy's junior season of high school, his team went 29-0, and during his senior year, his team went 31-0. And they were ranked first in the nation. Bogues received several scholarship offers to play college basketball, including Virginia, Penn State, and Seton Hall. But ultimately, Bogues chose to play at Wake Forest, which he would play 4 years there. During Bogues' senior season at Wake Forest, he averaged 14.8 points per game, 9.5 assists, 3.8 rebounds, and 2.4 steals per game. He led the Atlantic Coast Conference in steals and assists. And as of 2021, he remains Wake Forest's all-time leader in both steals and assists. Bogues also played for the U.S. national team in the 1986 FIBA World Championship and won a gold medal. And I find it very impressive that at his height he was able to play 14 seasons, as many NBA players don't even play that long. But Bogues had a high set of skills which made him valuable to NBA teams despite his size. But Bogues was eventually drafted in the 1987 draft, the 12th overall pick, by the Washington Bullets, where he actually ended up being a teammate of Manute Bol, who was 7'7", so they had the shortest and the tallest player on the same NBA team at one time, which I think is pretty funny. And Muggsy would end his career with stats of 7.7 points per game, 7.6 assists per game, 1.6 steals per game, and 2.6 rebounds per game. But here's the next part of the video where I want to discuss if I think there's ever going to be another 5'3" player in the NBA again. Now, Muggsy played at a time where point guard was typically the smaller player, and if you were a big man, you were put instantly in the post. Now, players like Magic Johnson really brought in the idea that a big guy could handle the ball just as well as a point guard could, and facilitate an offense. But in today's game, we see more and more big men that can handle the ball. In high school and college and the NBA, we see 7-foot players able to handle the ball just like point guards. Like, I've been watching Victor Wembanyama, the 7'3" center from France, handling the ball like a guard. It's just amazing. We've also seen this in players like Kristaps Porzingis, Chet Holmgren, and the idea just kind of popped in my head, like, will we ever see a 5'3" point guard in the NBA again? Because the way it's looking, it seems like players are just getting taller and taller that are going to be handling the ball more. We see players like Josh Giddey, who's 6'9", handling the ball. We have the term point forward, which refers to small forwards handling the ball, like LeBron James, who's 6'8", and he's basically the point guard at times in the Lakers offense. People today would call Chris Paul a small player. He's 6 feet tall, and that would be considered small for a guard. But it's not only that Muggsy made it to the NBA, it's that he actually played and was actually effective. And in the modern age, we have seen players dominate the game that are smaller, like example Isaiah Thomas, who's 5'9", and averaged like 25 points per game for the Boston Celtics that one year before he got injured. So it is not impossible for shorter players to still dominate in today's game, but there's always their weaknesses that can't play defense because of their height. It's not because of their skill, it's because of how small they are. They just can't go against guys who are 6'10". So it's just hard for me to see there ever being a player like Muggsy Bogues again, a guy who's 5'3" that could average 10 points and 10 assists in the NBA. I just don't see that being a possibility. I think there'll truly be a day where it won't matter what height you are to play point guard. We'll have 7-foot players out there playing point guard. I could definitely see it coming to that one day in the future. Because the big men of today's era are much more skilled than those in the past. Where back in the day, big men used to just post up in the paint and do post moves. Now big men can ball handle, they can shoot threes, they have great passing. The game has just changed completely since Muggsy's era. Muggsy Bogues was truly one of a kind, and I don't think we'll ever see another player like him again. But that's going to do it for the end of the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe for more. I'll have 2 videos on the screen here, and I'll see you guys next time.